Today on 5 Kilotones, we're going to get a little bit wacky and have a look at one of my all-time favorite pedals, the Electro Harmonix POG. As you can see, my POG is really beaten up. I actually bought it secondhand in this state, and I haven't made it that much worse, but it is pretty beaten up. There's a few missing sliders, and the slider attachment for the detune knob has actually broken off, but you can still adjust it by like getting a guitar pick in there. So I wanted to run you over my 5 favorite ways to actually use this pedal, and most of you would know that POG stands for polyphonic octave generator, so you think of it like an octave pedal to make crazy sounds. So with that, I mean, there's so much more that this pedal can do, but with that, the first kilotone to me is just cranking up the dry output and then setting -1 octave and +1 octave on there to just basically turn any of your riffs and make them sound huge. This is kind of like, you know, if you check out bands like Royal Blood, or you're like Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave and all those kind of cool tricks that those guys do. Not necessarily with a POG, with different pitch shifting pedals, but this to me is one way to get that just super fat one guitar sound. So it's totally awesome for octave effects, but it's really easy to forget that there's a whole effects section in the POG, and this is actually kind of one of my favorite aspects of this pedal, and it makes it really versatile. So by pressing the effects button, which is here, as you can see there, it says dry effects. There's 3 different modes, each indicated by a different LED color, and essentially it brings in 3 different synth style sections. We've got an attack control, and then we've got it says LF filter, so that's like a low pass filter, I think. Yeah, it's cutting out high end, so it'd be a low pass. I always get that the wrong way around. And then we've got a detune control. So I'm going to show you 3 clips, 3 different tones utilizing each of those on their own. The first one, we're going to use the attack control with some external reverb and delay to basically get auto swells. So, you know, if you're used to doing volume swells and stuff like that, you can basically go hands-free with your volume swells and use the attack feature. Then we're going to have a listen to how I would use the LF filter to basically sweeten up solo tones. So the idea here is we're going to pull out a bunch of high end and basically make a smoother lead guitar sound. It almost kind of sounds like a cocteau. You can also use the Q control there to fine tune that. And then after that, we're going to have a listen to the detune on its own for a Leslie style effect. On all of these, I've got the dry mix on full and I've got all the octave effects turned off. So 3 clips, here we go. finally, I don't know if this is a killer tone or just a totally crazy tone, but what I like to do is turn the dry mix totally off on this pedal and then go -2 octaves all the way up, +2 octaves all the way up, everything else off. And you just get this like ridiculous synthesizer style tone. You can also play around by using the attack control here, as well as the low pass and the detune to get more synthy style sounds. This one pretty much speaks for itself. Have a listen. There you go, hopefully that gives you some ideas to try out the next time you plug your POG in. This to me is just an absolute modern classic, one of the best guitar pedals ever made, because it can take your guitar in totally different directions that you wouldn't expect. If you want it to sound synthy, if you want it to sound like a bass, or if you just want to use it as a tone enhancer, it works really well. And I think it's a great piece of gear because, A, you can get some really cool experimental sounds and it can inspire you to make new music, but B, different players are going to use it in different ways, so it's not just kind of like a one-size-fits-all kind of pedal. It really is versatile, and yeah, 5 kilotones with the POG. Let me know how you use your POG, because I'm always looking to pick up new tricks, and what you thought of the video. I will see you guys real soon.